Grand Rising, everyone. Hello, hello. We are back. We are back. We are back. Listen here, we are back for our coffee talk. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Hello, Felicia Evans says, what we got today, Queen? Well, you already know we are here at Queen Tulsa's Coffee Talk. We're going to chat right quick, then we're going to get into the news, and then we're going to get to the tea. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you all so much for showing up. And I just simply want to see how you all are doing mentally. It's been a minute since we've been here for Coffee Talk. So, how are you all? How are you feeling mentally today? People can, I know we greet each other. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. But no, do we ever hear, how are you mentally today? How are you? Is there a way that I can show up for you today? Do you need a little encouragement? Do you need some affirmations? How can we get our rising started off right? Uh-huh. Well, here, I'll just say this. How am I feeling mentally today? I'm available today. I'm very thankful. Um, one of the struggles that I have been dealing with is consistency. The consistency with coming live, being on time, getting me a sleep schedule going. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a glam mother of 20. So my dog had like 2 litters today, 2 litters last year. And so rehoming them, it's kind of been somewhat, you know, kind of a process. We're getting them to homes. Um, My honey's doing great. My kids are doing great. I feel like I'm back to myself. I was going through this whole period of, just life be lifing. And so just trusting the process. Faith Evans says, just got off from work. Well, I hope you had a great work and that you can go and get you a bite to eat and feel good, you know, get you some rest, get you some self care. I don't know if you have to go back in, but, just kind of relax and prepare yourself. And we have to treat ourselves, we have to treat ourselves. I've been in this, I'm in a season where I'm taking care of me and I'm putting me first. You know, let's see it. You say louder than ever. Let's scream. Yes. And it's okay to scream. However, we got to get it out. Let's get it out in a positive way. You know what? I think that I'm going to open up a rage room. I think I'm going to open up a private rage room for, us to just kind of like scream and shout, or just maybe, get some things off of our chest, like maybe like a call in, and people can just call in and cuss me out, you know, or not even cursing me out, but, I just, they can just get it out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Ariel Summers, how are you? Good to see you. Amen, amen, amen. Oh, we love, 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 love you. Thank you so much. And you know what? I am back. I need you guys to keep me lifted up. Y'all know I'm on sobriety. A sister don't drink anymore. And so it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. I'm back in the kitchen. I'm cooking meals. I'm making it do what it do. I'm like sanitizing the house like 2 and 3 times a day, because we do have the babies, making sure everybody's fed, making sure everybody has a bath, Felicia Evans says, I'm treating myself, about to cook catfish and eggs. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds delicious. Uh-huh. So let me just ask you all this. With everything, we have a new administration. How are you all feeling with that? Are you guys a little tensed? Do you need some advice on how to relax? What I can say is, like, if you're home and you're relaxing, you don't have to go out, I would say get you some like meditation music. Meditate, make you a cup of tea, or some tea or something, and just kind of stare out the window. Just kind of get outside and just smell the air. Get out and just see something. If you can just get out and get on the porch, get out and just see something different. All right. So as far as the news, child, before we get up into the news, For those of you that are just now coming in, I wanted to say thank you all for coming by and supporting. And the question of the day was, how are you feeling mentally today? How are you showing up today? How are you showing up for yourself? How are you showing up for the world? Just how are you showing up today? Is there anything that maybe you need some encouragement? Maybe you could use some resources. How can we show up for you today before we get into the news? Okay. And I'll just give you guys a few seconds. Oh, do I still have the music on? Hold on. All right, y'all, hold on. Do I still have the music on? Absolutely. All right, give me 1 second and I'll be in the studio. All right, all right, all right. Are y'all able to hear me? All right. Welcome, 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 each and every one of you. Listen here, we are back and we are in the studio. Now, first and foremost, I did want to get into some news. I did just hear, so we are about to get into the news. I did just hear that there was a plane that had went down in DC. It was in DC. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. So I did hear that there was a situation, there was a plane that had went down. All right, are y'all still here with me? All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Thank you so much, Felicia. Felicia says she's loving the look here. Actually, my camera's a little slow and I don't want to be all freezing up and I don't want to take away from the commentary. So here, let me just do this right quick. We're gonna get into this story right here. This particular story is coming from our friends over at the Shade Room. Um, Prayers up. Too Short older brother unalived and he was powed and unalived during attempted robbery. So Too Short's brother has gone to
shot at
glory.
about 7 on Pacific on the median at 49th Avenue near East 12th Street. KTVU has learned Shaw was running the marijuana grow and sleeping at the warehouse when robbers used a car to ram the building. Evidence markers and Yeah, I have confirmed through sources that the victim is indeed the older brother of Too Short. Now, at this point, no arrests have been made, and police say that the victim was trying to protect a marijuana grow operation. Numerous sources tell KTVU the older brother of rapper Too Short was shot and killed Wednesday morning during a botched robbery and a marijuana grow operation. Pacific on the median at 50th and International around the corner was riddled with gunfire and connected to the case. The owner tells me his car was stolen overnight from North Oakland.
Honestly, just shocked. I don't know how to honestly process that. I mean, I know who Too Short is. I'm like, I would say I'm a loose fan, not like a huge fan, but I'm aware of Too Short and I like his music.
Too Short, whose given name is Todd Anthony Shaw, is known as the godfather of Bay Area hip-hop. In 2022, Foothill Boulevard between High Street and 47th Avenue in Oakland was renamed Too Short Way in his honor. His brother, who died, was older by 3 years. A Civic on the
Oh no. Well, prayers up. Grand Rising, Sierra. How are you? Listen here. I'm so happy to see you. So this is Too Short's brother. Too Short's brother has went to glory, child. They said that he was sleeping in the warehouse. Now, on January 29th, shout out to our friends over at the Shade Room. On January 29th, it was reported that Wayne Shaw, the older brother to rapper Too Short, was powed and unalive during an attempted robbery in Oakland. According to reports obtained by the news outlet, Shaw was operating a marijuana grow house in the area where he was powed. They said he had been sleeping at the warehouse. They believe it was an attempted robbery. Roomies, let's keep their family in prayer during this time. So everybody is got the prayer hands up. But this is my thing. Why was he sleeping there? Why didn't they have security? You know, why didn't he have security? If he felt like it was going to get robbed, or did they not have surveillance? Was the brother homeless? I have so many questions, but I do want to say rest in peace to that brother because he did not deserve to go out that way. He did not deserve to go out that way. But listen here, all that looting and things like that, it is gonna be up on a rise, people. All that looting and things like that, it is gonna be up on a rise. I mean, people are out here fighting for survival. You have ICE out here that is capturing the people. I mean, you've got wildfires going on. I mean, people have lost things. So prayers out to those individuals that are going through that, and prayers out to the Too Short family.
shell casings litter the
All right. So that's pretty much the headline that's running around. Now let's get into this. Trump administration fires a justice.
Now the Justice
Department lawyers who were involved in his prosecution. Now, shout out to our friends over at It's On Site. The Department of Justice has fired more than a dozen prosecutors who were part of the legal team involved in the prosecution of Donald Trump. This includes charges related to mishandling classified documents and attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. The firings were reportedly directed by the White House. Someone says he said he'd rather pay them than have them anywhere near him. That's some gangsta-ish. Isn't that retaliation? How is this legal? This is clear case of retaliation. Their lawyers are going to get an easy case with a big payout. Well, they should have been ready for that. Nice little lawsuit on their behalf. It's only funny because this man is doing the most he can do with these 4 years. That's just going to be reversed again. Great lawsuit for being fired as retaliation, wrongful termination. This a petty dude, and y'all respect his antics. Fire some of these officials. I mean, this move was obvious. Well, they just letting him do anything at this point. It's only 10 days, and let that part sink in. And y'all thought Vice President Harris was lying about his revenge against the DOJ? Law, this man is on a retaliation mission to get back people for doing their jobs. Y'all picked him for president. Trump gonna pay so many lawsuits with the American dollar. How can we impeach him already? Well, listen here. Let's get into the article and see what it's saying.
said it fired more than a dozen employees who worked on criminal prosecutions of President Donald Trump. Many of them worked under special counsel Jack Smith in his work prosecuting the president. In a statement, the DOJ said acting AG James McHenry made the decision because he doesn't trust the officials will faithfully implement the president's agenda. The firings take effect immediately. It's an unprecedented move, and traditionally, career prosecutors stay with the department throughout the presidential administrations and are not punished because of involvement in sensitive investigations. Now, the Justice Department.
So, what do you all think about that? I feel like, well, the president has definitely amped it right on up. I mean, it's a lot going on. He has power. This is what he wants to do. And we just have to let things, I guess, take its course. At the end of the day, nothing is fair. Nothing is really fair. And when it comes to um, money, money, if you have the money, you can make a lot of things disappear. Accountability, I feel like accountability is um, fallen by the wayside, to be honest. But who am I? I'm just an individual that has an opinion. So listen here, let's go ahead and move up off of that. All right, you all. So let's get into this. Oh, child. F2C Media says Bruce says his goodbyes to Caitlyn Jenner and has now decided to man up Trump. Oh, no. So is Caitlyn reversing? I'm a little lost. Okay, here, let's just jump up in here. Caitlyn Jenner spotted out as Bruce again after Donald Trump transgender ban announcement. Thanks to Trump, Caitlyn Jenner has now decided to man up, officially bringing Bruce back. Oh my goodness, this was the first person that came to my mind the day Trump said, "Is this a joke? How do you just flip genders?" Lies, but this is kind of funny. Okay, so I think this is rhetoric. I think that this is a before when Caitlyn was transitioning. I'm not really sure, but I really don't have nothing to say on that. We gonna I don't agree. Well, we can say something. I don't agree with Caitlyn's points of views. I don't agree with some of her points of views. So yeah, I'll just keep it there. Get into this. Mississippi woman kidnapped from her job and unalive trying to escape ex-boyfriend she dumped the previous day. Oh my goodness, y'all. Shout out to the Bish Gossip. A Mississippi woman has passed away after allegedly being kidnapped. Joshua Andrews, 29, allegedly kidnapped his ex-girlfriend, Glennis Jackson, Monday morning from the Nissan plant in Canton. After kidnapping her, Andrews allegedly then forced Jackson, a mother of three, into a vehicle and fled onto Interstate 55. While in Holmes County, Jackson jumped out of the vehicle and another vehicle struck and unalived her. Holmes County Sheriff Willie March said the victim had been POW'd multiple times. She was found unalive at the 161-mile marker in Holmes County. A POW was recovered from the scene. Andrews later surrendered at the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. Andrews is being charged with capital unalivement and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Sheriff Randy Tucker stated, "This is a heinous crime that shocks the conscience of society, and Andrews will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law." Tucker continued, A special thank you to Madison County District Attorney's Office, the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Greenwood Division, Nissan, and the investigators and deputies with the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Rest in peace to that lady. See, that's why mental health is so important. Somebody says, look at him now. What did she see in him? That tattoo, that mustache tell me all I would need to know. And then the upside down cross. Good girls be wanting to save a bad boy so bad. Upside down cross. Come on now. God protect all of us women. God bless her family and friends right now. I mean, he looks like he would do that with all that symbolism. Spiritual warfare is real. People are literally walking demons. Got to be more careful. Rest in peace, beautiful. These men don't even protect us women anymore. Period. I grew up in an era where, it wasn't like it is now. Like the gentleman, it was like gentlemen. It was like, I don't know. People, they are not into courting anymore. They're just ready to just get online and just give it to everybody. Like, let's take it back to the basics. Someone else says, so glad I was able to get away from my ex. So glad I'm single. These men can't handle rejection these days. Praying for their family. Amen to that. And glad she got away. That man embraced hell with that demon living in his body. You have to really pray and keep God first. And this person doesn't reflect that. Oh, child, that was a lot. Yeah, so definitely want to be safe. Be safe. Be safe.
When you have a
Um,
relationship.
okay, so Mary Cosby gets emotional as she opens up about her son Robert J's drug addiction. I do blame myself. So you already know how Bravo is. Sometimes they let you play it and then sometimes they won't. So um we'll put up our banner right quick. So give us 1 second and let's go ahead and play.
Relationship with your son and you want to give him the world. You want him to have a better life than you did, you know? I picked up and moved to New York for 8 years so that he can have the best education. He could be in a diverse atmosphere so he wouldn't be raised like I was raised. I was the only one in my class that was African American. They would play slave movies and the whole class would turn around and look at me. And I do blame myself. I feel like somewhere I missed the mark on catching it. But I feel like everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own testimony. Everybody has their own story. And I feel like that one is for him.
Mm-hmm. She did a great job.
I want to know, how are you?
Robert was like the perfect child. He was very good in school. He got straight A's all the way up until he graduated. When he set his mind to do something, he did it. He was like our prize. Very smart, very advanced. That's the Robert I know. And that's the Robert I'm trying to reach.
What are we doing? You got to be real. You got to talk to me.
I take his Xanax.
But why?
I didn't sleep last night.
So were you just going to sleep through the day? Just sleep your whole day away?
No, I just took half to just chill me out. And then I take an Adderall to balance out the Xanax.
So, Bubs, do you see this as a problem? I want to
All right. So listen here. Y'all, why was I on mute reading all these comments? I told you I'm getting back into the swing of things, you all. But pretty much the people were saying they are very proud of Mary for sharing this. I am in recovery. Recovery is every day. And there are some days where, you know, that are different, with the obstacles that life might throw at you and still making the choice to be sober. It can be challenging. It can be challenging. But, when when I think about it, when I think about everything that I've been through, um, I think about the decisions that I feel like, oh my God, I never thought that I would get through. And once I got through them, it was like, oh my God, why was I stressing and doing all that over that? So, um, and I take it as maybe I didn't need to read those comments because maybe this could be triggering for somebody because I understand that like some topics can be triggering, like some topics I do have to bypass. But this one, shout out to our friends over at the Jasmine brand. This was very big of Miss Mary and her son, sharing, hey, how to
Yeah, like
so get into this. Jamie Foxx's alleged son claims actor abandoned him to homelessness. We took pictures on the red carpet. That was the last time I saw him. Child. First it was what's his name? Ricky Smiley. Now it's Jamie Foxx. Oh child. Let's get into it.
yeah, like I was saying, I ain't seen my dad in 3 years. He never supported my dream. I always too busy. When I come up with ideas, he never. We went and took pictures at the red carpet. That's my last time seeing him. It been like 3 years, if I can remember. Yeah, my dad don't care nothing about me. He got me out here homeless. Jamie Foxx, does everybody know him? Yeah, he got me out here like real down bad. And then trying to deny me. That's the crazy part. And don't care nothing about my mama. I don't understand, dude. Like, y'all be caught up in all these celebrities. These celebs ain't what you think they are. These celebrities ain't what you think they are. Like, real talk. Like, dude got me out here. I'm living in my car, man. I've been living in my car for 2 years. Trying to make it. I'm not an actor like my dad. I'm not on TV like him. I'm trying to. I got problems of my own, and I got kids of my own. I don't have no help with nothing. And I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and was left. So I'm just not learning how to get out the mud for myself. I can't depend on him. I cannot. I can't depend on him. Y'all stop looking up to these celebrities. Y'all gotta stop. These celebrities ain't nothing. These famous people you see, you just making them more richer. Whatever you watching on TV, if you poor, you shouldn't be having time to be watching TV making other people richer. These people don't even care about their own family. You understand? They don't. Yeah. I ain't been in the spotlight. Everybody been wondering around, like trying to figure out where I'm at and what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing? I'm living in my car. And I'm sick. It's the wintertime. I have nowhere to stay. I can't call him. But you think he a good person from the TV shows you used to watch back in the day with your mama. These people ain't what you think they are. This coming out of my mouth. This coming out of his son's mouth. You understand that? I want y'all to remember, looks can be deceiving. Looks can be deceiving. Don't forget. Looks can be deceiving. And I don't care if this go all across the internet. I don't care if this go viral over the whole world. I don't care. These celebrities don't care nothing about their family, y'all.
Okay, oh child. Shout out to our friends over at It's On Site. It said, man claimed to be Jamie Foxx's biological son has publicly accused the actor of neglect, stating that despite Fox's wealth, he has been left to live in his car. Click, what y'all think? Do he look like Jamie? Someone says, you're grown with kids. No one can have you out here down bad except for yourself. Someone else says my parents was addicts and are deceased, and I blame them for nothing. They would be proud. He sounded looks like his pops. Someone says, I don't believe this. Jamie is all about his family. His sisters live with him. He took care of his disabled sister for years. He loves his daughters. I can't believe if he had a son, he wouldn't help him out if he was homeless. You know what? I was thinking maybe, and Lord forgive me, this man is, under on a substance allegedly. But we don't know. I mean, he does look like Jamie. I don't know. Someone says, I don't believe that's his son. Sir, you look grown and able to work. So what's the problem? And see, this is my thing. Don't they have shelters out there? And I remember when I stayed in a shelter, like for people that did have vehicles, um, that stayed at the shelter. So they were able to park in a parking lot and then, come in the shelter, sleep at night. And we had to be in, I think, like no later than 6. And then, in the morning, you had to be up by 6, put your mat and stuff up. And, we would get breakfast and stuff like that. So there are resources out there. There are places out there. I'm a little bit behind. Felicia says, I feel for my too short, but if your brother was making those types of moves, we know Callie ain't with that. Baby, that is a lie. Isn't that a lie? Let's keep it a stack. Power cells are gonna, yes, they listen here. Before this new administration, people were already like stacking up, stocking up. Okay. Was she the housewife that married her late mother's husband or stepfather? Yes, that's Mary. That's her. Uh-huh. That's exactly who that was. Uh-huh. All right, here. So let's get back up into it. All right, here's another one. All right, another update. The military crew operating the Black Hawk helicopter was reportedly completing a training flight while wearing night vision goggles. New Defense Secretary Hegseth says the Black Hawk helicopter was on an annual proficiency training flight using night vision goggles. It was being flown by a fairly experienced crew, Hegseth added. Breaking, no senior Army officials were on board. Army Black Hawk helicopter says via, oh, my first thought was who was on the plane that was hit? And were they a potential establishment threat? Just speculating, but it seems the helicopter flew into the plane. I pray it wasn't intentional. Oh my God.
And you can see just how massive of a emergency management response is going on right now. So it's about 9:18 there in the nation's capital. If you're familiar with Reagan, if you're familiar with DCA, you know that parts scene, and you can see just how massive of a emergency management response is going on right now. So it's about 9:18 there in the nation's capital. If you're familiar with Reagan, if you're familiar with DCA, you know that parts of the tarmac are right near the Potomac River shore. And that is what we are learning, that confirmed, according to DC Fire, that a small aircraft is down in the Potomac River vicinity of Reagan Airport. Fireboats are on the scene. So I want to be very precise with our language here. I'm not entirely sure if that means that this small aircraft is down in the Potomac, fully near the Potomac, or say near the tarmac, near the Potomac at DCA here. So we are working to get all of that confirmed. Those are the questions I have right now, but they did confirm that fireboats are on the scene, and you can see just how massive of a emergency management.
Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, hold on one second. I know somebody there. Hold on. Let me. Hold on, y'all. Let me check something right quick. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Uh, okay, hopefully. Oh, okay. Um, oh my goodness. Okay. I was calling to check on a housewife, but she didn't answer. Because that was the Potomac River. Sorry, you guys. I got kind of stuck in that moment. Y'all check on y'all's people if y'all know anybody in that area. If y'all have family or friends that are traveling or things like that, make sure y'all call and check on them because they seeing that this happened um this morning. And when I was watching VS Live, she said that they were out there pulling people out of the water. Shout out to our friends over at Neighborhood Talk says, neighbors, more information is being released about the events that led up to the tragic plane crash. Please continue to keep all victims' families in your prayers. This is heartbreaking. The training took so many lives. Y'all be lying in the story. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this doesn't even make sense. They real plan in our face, man. It's extremely sad. Why is a trainee even that close to flights? Everyone who authorized this should be fired. Praying for families of the victims, especially the guy who was at the airport awaiting to hear that his wife was pulled out the river. So he was a trained pilot. Game changer for sure. Yeah, okay, my condolences to the family. Obviously, they were not experts. A lie doesn't care who tells it. My thing is this: if they told them, can they see the aircraft? And they said yes, I'm confused on how they still kept flying without the redirection or nothing. They literally asked them, do you see the aircraft? And they said yes. Oh my goodness. That reminds me of
The tarmac are right near.
It reminds me of like the 9/11, when it went into the building, but it went into the building now.
I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right.
Oh my goodness. So this is the guy. Hold on.
I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak. That's all I can pray for. I'm just praying to God.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes.
Can you show us a text message that you got from her?
Landing in 20 minutes. The rest of my text did not get delivered. That's when I realized something might be up. I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, let me do that one more time. Hold on. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so shout out to our friends over at the Shade Room. A man named Hamad Raza recounted the last communications he had with his wife before a Black Hawk helicopter collided with American Airlines Flight 5342. It was reported that American Airlines Flight 5342 was carrying 64 passengers, collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter, according to CNN. The fatalities on the flight have been confirmed, and rescuers have not yet pulled any survivors from the water. Roomies, continue to keep all those involved in prayer. Oh my God, asking to see the text is insane. This is so sad. This makes me extremely sad and terrified. The plane made a beeline to the other accident. Yeah, that looked very intentional. That looked very intentional. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
This AI video tool for training.
I've been quiet for.
Hey! Your gang jumped out on my son.
When Faith Carter watched and especially listened.
Hey! Your gang jumped out on my son.
When Faith Carter watched and especially listened to this video put out by Detroit police.
Put your hands up right now! I'm shoot you! I'm shoot you! I'm shoot you!
Those officers were screaming at her son, 19-year-old Raymonte Adams. She says this looks and sounds not like police activity.
You're gonna die!
To her, it looks and sounds like gang activity.
You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot!
Instantly became this, I am going to shoot you.
They immediately hopped out with their guns drawn. They didn't hop out with their hands on their guns. They were drawn. They demanded them to get out of the car. I hear everyone saying they're demanding them, and they did not follow through with those demands. But at the same time, they are telling them, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to shoot you. Get out of the vehicle. And not telling them why they want them out of the vehicle.
Adams was parked in the driveway of his friend's home. DPD says the officers apparently saw Adams and his friend reaching under the seats, and that's why their officers jumped out with threats of shooting to kill, deadly force. Adams did not cooperate. He drove off. An officer holding on to the car was knocked to the ground, and police opened fire.
He knew they were the police. He was afraid because how they jumped out on him. They didn't get out respectfully or asking or letting him know what the problem was. They immediately jumped out aggressive with guns drawn, threatening to kill him. At that moment, he didn't know what was going to happen. And he said, I didn't know. He said, I panicked. Hey! Your gang jumped out on my son.
When Faith Carter watched and...
Whoa, child. This could have went so many ways. But you got to think about it. They were, I don't know. I don't know, because it's like the police show up, they're yelling, they got, the things drawn, and they're saying, hey, I'm going to do this to you. I don't know. I think that I would just put my hands up. That's what I think that I would do. That I would just put my hands up and say, hey, my hands are up, and just try to, I don't know. But this is a 19-year-old guy, right? Let's get into these comments because I'm taken aback, to be honest. Let's get into it. Thank God he's alive. I'm relieved to know this young man is still alive because cops have an extreme activity of unaliving black men, women, and kids to this prayers uh to this young man, he alive. Parked in a driveway, what's the reason for contact? Thank God our son is alive. This will never stop, unfortunately. Why they coming in the driveway? Who called them? Glad her son is alive to tell the story. Many times the police make sure their victims aren't. They always say they saw someone reaching. These police need God and Jesus Christ in their lives. They don't want peace. They are looking for action. And see, how can you see someone reaching under the seat or you if you're driving by? I smell BS. Glad he's alive. If he ain't moved that car, he would have died that night. Oh wow. Yeah, well, when you look at it from that point of view, because like, what if they made a sudden move and then boom, 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 the car is like lit up with rounds. So there's so many ways that you can look at this. I say that it's dangerous all the way around the board. But yes, very sad, very sad, very sad. Listen here, I definitely want to thank you all so much. We are getting back in the groove of being here for Coffee Talk here at 9 a.m. We're going to chat, we're going to give you the news, and then we're going to give you the tea. Okay? So listen here, I think that we discussed all of that. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you on our next podcast. On that note, have a wonderful day on purpose and thank you for joining me at Queen Tulsa's Coffee Talk. So long.